Good morning, children. Today we shall start with the first chapter, construction of triangles. In this chapter we shall learn how to construct the triangles. Before we start with the construction, let us recall something that we have learned. Now I have drawn some things on the board. What do you call this as? This is line AB. What do you call this? Ray AB. This is segment AB. You tell me what is the difference in line, ray and segment. If you look at it, this is line AB. You can see the arrow on both the sides. What is the meaning of arrowheads? That shows that this line can be extended unlimitedly with both the sides. It is not only this much, but it can be extended. Okay. This is what? Ray. This is the origin of ray, or we call it as the end point. Whereas this end we can extend unlimitedly. This is ray, and this is segment. Segment has a particular measure, whereas line and ray do not have a particular measure. Okay. Can you tell me which is the biggest among all these? Line, ray or segment? Line is the biggest. Then come ray, then comes segment. Segment and ray are parts of the line. Okay. You have also learned how to draw the perpendicular bisectors or angle bisectors. Now, what do you understand by bisector? Bisector. Bi means two. Sector means parts. So, dividing into two equal parts. Whatever may be given to you. If it is an angle, dividing the given angle into two equal parts, that is known as angle bisector. If a segment is given to you dividing into two equal parts, then perpendicular bisector. Now, when you hear the word perpendicular bisector, bisector means dividing into two equal parts. When it is perpendicular bisector, it also means that it is creating an angle of 90 degree. Perpendicular means it is making an angle of 90 degree. Let us see how to draw the perpendicular bisectors of segment. I have a segment of 5.3. Okay, a segment of 5.3. Please learn how to draw the perpendicular bisectors. Okay, 5.3. So I am drawing the segment of 5.3. Clear measure is given to me. I am naming this as I like AB. This is 5.2. 5.3 centimeter. This is what is given to me. Now, I have to draw a perpendicular bisector of it. Perpendicular bisector means which gives me, when it divides, it gives me two equal halves. Now, how do I draw the perpendicular bisector? Keep the point of the compass on A, extend the other side, take more than half. Don't mark anything on the segment. Take more than half and then you draw arcs on both the sides, that is up and down. The same measure, do not change the measure, same measure, keep it in from B and draw the arcs up and down. Now you can see the arcs are intersecting. Now join those intersecting points. Join those intersecting points. Extend it, you will get a line. Make sure that you are drawing a line. Okay. Now this was a segment, so I am not putting, we have a particular value for that 5.3 centimeter. So I am not putting arrowheads for it because it is a segment. Now this what I have drawn is perpendicular bisector, which is a line. So this line divides this segment into two equal parts. Now when I say two equal half, how much is the half? Measure and see whether you got it. If it is 5.3, it will be 2.6 and little more. I am getting 2.6 and little more. Okay. So this is a perpendicular bisector. You have to show it. Perpendicular means it gives me an angle of 90 degree with the segment. This is perpendicular. Bisector means this side is equal to this side. This is what I will show. This is not an arc. This is only to show this side is equal to this side. Don't put an arc over there. If you put an arc, yours is wrong. Okay, you cannot draw the arc on the segment. Is that clear to you? So just show that this side is equal to this side. This is how you draw the perpendicular bisector of a given segment. Let us recall the steps. First, you draw the segment of the given measure. If any particular name is given to you, give the name. Otherwise, you give whatever name you want to give. If it is asked to draw a segment, make sure no arrowheads. Okay, it is a segment, so no arrowheads. Now, take the compass. Take more than half. Draw the arc up and down. Same measure, take it on the other point. Draw up and down. Join the intersecting points and you will get a line that is known as the perpendicular bisector. Is it clear to all of you how to draw a perpendicular bisector? Take practice set 1. Question number 1. Sub question 1, 2, 3. Draw line segments of the lengths given below. Line segments. They are segments, so you have to put it as segment only. You are not given any particular measure, so you can name, so you can put the name as you want. Okay. And draw the perpendicular bisector. Again I repeat, what do you mean by perpendicular? Perpendicular means it gives you an angle of 90 degree. Bisector means dividing into two equal parts. That is bisector. Okay. So how do you solve this? Now you stop the video, complete that, draw the perpendicular bisectors, okay, and then you continue with the next part. Next we are going for the angle bisectors. All of you know how to draw the angle, right? Okay, let us see how to draw an angle. I want to draw an angle of 108 degree. I want to draw an angle of 108 degree. First, I always have a base, but on a base. Angles gives me two rays with a common. Now I want 108 degree. So take your protractor, keep this point at this. Now, where is my 108 degree? From where do I start counting? I start counting from here, 0, 10, because the ray is this side. So I start from here. My 108 will be over here. 108 degree. Mark that point. Okay. Once you finish marking that, draw that ray. Now I have an angle of 108 degree. This is my 108 degree. I name this angle as A, B, C. What is an angle? Two rays having a common origin. This is one ray, this is another ray, which is a common origin. Their common origin is B. So two rays having a common origin gives me an angle. Now I have an angle of 108 degree. Now I want to draw an angle bisector. Means a line or ray which divides this interior part of the angle into two equal parts. How do I draw it? Take your compass. Please pay attention. Take your compass, keep it. Where is my angle created? Angle it at this point, right? At B. So keep the compass on B and now draw the arcs, mark arcs on same measure, both the rays on A as well as on B. Mark the arcs on both. Okay. Now keep on that marked and then you draw another arc. Can you see that point of intersection over here? Okay. Now from that point you join to the vertex. What is a vertex? Vertex is B. Extend it. Now This is another ray which is drawn. Separate the interior into two equal half. Okay. How much was this angle? 108. So how much will my half be? Each of these, suppose I name this as P. Okay. Now this angle PBC, angle PBC will give me half of 108, that is 54 degree. Similarly, angle ABP gives me 54 degree. Check with the protractor whether you are getting it. Keep the protractor over here. Measure and see whether this is 54 degree. You are getting it as 54 degree. So the drawing is right. Now since this angle is equal to this, you put a congruent sign. You put some symbol to show that both are equal. Okay, I crossed it to show that these two angles are equal. This is how we draw angle bisectors. Okay, how do we draw it? Let us revise the steps. First, draw the base. Then, whichever angle is given to you, whichever measure is given to you, take that measure with the help of a protractor, mark it, join that, so you get an angle. Keep the compass point over here at the vertex, draw the arcs on both the arms. From these arcs again you draw whichever is the intersecting point, join to the vertex, you will be getting, and then you will be getting the angle. Measure and see whether you get it as an angle bisector. Okay. Again, practice set 1. Question number 2. Draw angles of the measures given below and draw their bisectors. We are given 3 questions over there. Please do it. Keep one thing in mind when the measure of the angle given to you. When the measure of the angle given to you. You know what an acute angle, what is right angle and what is obtuse angle, isn't it? Right angle is 90 degree. Acute is less than 90, obtuse is more than 90. So by looking at the angle, by looking at it, you should be able to tell whether it is acute, obtuse or right. Look at the measures that is given to you, 105. It will be an obtuse. So obtuse will be stretched out. Obtuse will be stretched out. Then you have 55. It is an acute. So it will be small, less than 90 degree. Then you have 90 degree. It will be a right angle, straight. So when you are measuring, please keep in mind, because when you use a protractor, you can see on the protractor there are 2 sides of measures written. Sometimes you are given 110 degree and you end up marking it as 70 degree because that is the other measure written over there. So be very careful when you are marking or taking the angle. Keep that in mind. How is an acute angle, how is an obtuse angle and how is a right angle. Okay. So you stop the video over here. Complete that exercise 2. Okay. Then you proceed for the next. Have a look at it. Okay. Now I have a triangle drawn over here. All of you know how to draw an angle bisector, isn't it? Angle bisector is for an angle. Now when you look at this triangle, how many angles are there in this triangle? There are 3 angles. A, B and C. There are 3 angles. Now I want to draw angle bisectors for each and every angle. I suppose it is clear what I want to do. I want to draw angle bisectors for every angle of it. You know how to draw the angle bisector? Keep it whichever angle we are considering, draw the arcs and then join it. Same procedure we will have it here also. Okay. So now I am doing for B. So mark the arcs on both the arms where the B is there. Suppose this is clear. Keep it on B and mark the arcs. Now from B, no, whichever arc you have marked now, keep your compass point over there. Okay. And then take it outside the triangle. Take it outside the triangle. I'll tell you why. Okay. Same measure from the other side. Okay. You have 2 lines intersecting point. Now you have to join from that intersecting point to the vertex. That is how we have drawn the angle bisectors. So join from here to the vertex. Can extend it because this is an angle bisector, it is a ray, extend it. Okay. Now since this is an angle bisector, you know that this side is equal to this angle side. So put some symbol to show these are angle bisectors. Similarly, now I want to draw an angle bisector for C. I want to draw an angle bisector for C. How do I draw it? Keep it on C. Mark the arcs. Now from wherever you have marked, again I will tell you, please take it outside the triangle. Okay. Mark from there. Now you have to join it intersecting point to the vertex. This is an intersecting point. Mark from there to the vertex. Extend it. Again, this is angle bisector. So put another symbol to show that these are congruent. Bisecting. These are angles are congruent. So put another symbol. Don't use the same symbol. Okay. Now we have to draw for angle C. Okay. To draw for angle C, keep the compass point on. Sorry. For the angle A. So keep the compass point on A. Mark the arcs. From wherever you have marked, again draw. Okay. Now, when I am holding the compass, I am holding it both the arms. You are not supposed to do it. You have to keep it only here. You have to keep it on the point over here from wherever you are taking and draw it. I am holding because this board is slippery, so I am not getting the grip of it. That's the reason I am holding it. Okay. Now you join that point of intersection. So you will be getting. Okay. Make sure that you draw it properly. As you can see that all three points, all three lines are meeting at this point. Now, when you have two lines meeting or crossing, we call them as intersecting lines. Two lines we call them as intersecting lines, and this point is known as point of intersection. When it is more than two, we call them as concurrent lines. What do we call them as? Concurrent line. And this point is known as point of concurrence. We call the point as point of concurrence. Okay. Now, take a compass. I suppose this is clear to everyone. Have I drawn a triangle? Okay. What type of triangle it is? Acute angle triangle. Because all the angles are acute. Okay. Then I have drawn angle bisectors for every vertex. You know how to draw the angle bisectors. Keep the compass point at that vertex. Mark on the arcs. Again mark it. Join to that. Now I have got a point of concurrence. Now keep the compass point at this point of concurrence. Okay. Point of concurrence. Keep the point. And touch the other arm. Just touch the side. Only touch it. Okay. You just touch and see. You will see that all three sides it is touching. This is a problem with the compass because it is slipping. You will be able to do it better because you are drawing it in your notebook. Okay. Can you see? I suppose that is clear to everyone. Can you see a circle that is formed over here? What did I do? I kept the compass point at the point of concurrence, and the other side I just extended to the side and took that measure where it is just touching it. Okay. And with that measure, I just drew a circle considering this as my center, and this measure whatever I have taken as my radius, I just drew a circle. Now look at the circle. Where is the circle? Circle is inside the triangle. Where is the circle? Circle is inside the triangle. Therefore, this circle we call it as in circle. What do we call it as? In circle. And the point of concurrence for an in circle is known as in center and denoted by capital I. I repeat, if you look at it, you can see a circle created inside the triangle, just touching all three sides of the triangle. This circle is known as in circle and the point of concurrence is known as in center, denoted by capital I. So you have to mark it as capital I only. Okay. There is something missing in the diagram. Can someone point out to me what is missing in the diagram? I had told you, whenever you are drawing an angle bisector, you have to mark the congruent angles. Now I had marked here, but I had not done over here. So I am marking it over here. This side is equal to this side. Okay. So this is an in circle and this is an in center. What gave me in circle? Angle bisectors. Angle bisectors of a triangle gave me in circle and the center is known as in center. Please write it as your point. Next point. Open a last page of your notebook. Write it over there. Angle bisectors of a triangle. Angle bisectors of a triangle gives in circle and the point of concurrence is known as in center. So you should remember the moment you hear in circle, in center, and who gives them? Angle bisectors. This was an acute angle triangle. Similarly, you can draw an obtuse angle triangle. As I said, obtuse angle, it is a triangle, obtuse angle triangle. Give any name for it. Again, you draw angle bisectors for all the sides and then you will be drawing angle bisectors. Check and see where their in center comes. Once you get the point of concurrence, keep the compass point over there, extend to the side and take the measure where the side is touching and then draw the circle. And I want you to draw the in circle for an obtuse angle triangle as well as for a right angle triangle. You know how to draw a right angle triangle? Using a set square, take that 90 degree and then draw it. This is clear to you? Practice set 1 again. Question number 3. Draw an obtuse angle triangle and a right angle triangle. Find the points of concurrence of the angle bisectors of each triangle. Where do the point of concurrence lie? That means they are in centers. In centers of an acute angle triangle, obtuse angle triangle and a right angle triangle will always lie inside the triangle. Okay. Suppose steps are clear to you. Let's revise. First draw an acute angle triangle or obtuse angle, whichever triangle I asked you. Angle bisectors for each angle. Then draw the circle. How do we get the circle? Keep the compass point at the center. Take the measure from there to the side which is touching it. That will be the radius. Then draw the circle. You will get an in circle. Okay.